Hello and welcome, I'm DDF Racer and today I'm going to go and spy on a group of completely random strangers. That sounds a lot creepier than it actually is. Let me explain. RaceRoom Racing Experience has possibly one of the best broadcast interface and overlay systems. Honestly, it's just so easy to set up and simple to use. You just jump into any server as a spectator and you can use a second monitor as a remote control for the cameras. It shows you all the gaps, race information, and you can control exactly what gets shown on the broadcast with just a few clicks. And this got me thinking. RaceRoom's ranked servers run races with several different car track combos each hour, every day. There are pretty much races going on all the time, and there's absolutely nothing stopping you from jumping in as a spectator and just watching. I'm going to go and find the most popular server that I can, and yeah, just press record and see what happens. Now, this is the first time I've done anything like this. It's a different kind of video than I normally record and put out there, so if it's something that you guys enjoy, then make sure you let me know in the comments and leave it a like, because if you do like it, then I'll do some more. Simple as that. Anyway, hope you guys enjoy. Hello everybody and welcome along to Monza for today's GT3 ranked race in the RaceRoom ranked servers. We have 9 cars, which is quite a low turnout for the EU servers unfortunately. Maybe people haven't quite woken up yet. It's currently 10:50 PM here in Brisbane, Australia, which would make it 1:50 PM back in Europe, probably around about lunchtime. People are too busy having a snack, I'd say, to go racing, but we have 9 cars on today's grid. Quite a close spread in the top 5 as well. You can see the qualifying results there. Within a second, and there's a bit of a gap back to 5th, 6th and 7th, and 8th and 9th didn't actually set times. So maybe they're just playing the long game and deciding to play it safe here at Monza. As we all know, can be a bit risky heading into turn 1 for the first time. Everybody loves a dive bomb. Everyone's going to be in the slipstream. Can they make it through cleanly? That is the question everybody asks at Monza, as we have 13 seconds before we grid up. You can see 10 seconds to go. There we go, the race is underway. We have the lights on. Tom Schwartz on pole position. Gonna be leading them away. Wait for those green lights. Waiting for an eternity for those lights. And away they go finally. Tom Schwartz gets a decent start. Antonio Armiento and Martin Zemmler taking in behind. Armiento into second. Schwartz is leading it away, heading down toward the first corner. We've got a 3 wide in the background there. Let's have a look. Sean Foster heading up the battle for 5th position, with Zemmler and Valencia getting stuck in ahead there. Valencia holding on to 3rd place at the moment. Relatively tame start there, to be honest with you. I would have expected a little bit more carnage, but hey, we're all through safely. We can carry on with the race. A 15-minute race today here at Monza, of which 40 seconds have already gone. Heading down towards the second chicane. Valencia holding it tight in 3rd position. Looks like Tom Schwartz, though, has a little bit of company. Oh, Pedro Valencia in 3rd position has been given a slowdown by the stewards. He must have been abusing track limits there ever so slightly. That's not going to do him any favours in the battle for 3rd. Hopefully he has seen that message from the stewards. It's so easy to disregard that and not give the time down in a sufficient manner, and then you get given a drive-through penalty. That is probably what Pedro Valencia wants, I'd say. As he heads down towards Ascari, holding on to 3rd position from Zemmler and the BMW, 0.2 of a second behind him. Hopefully he's served that slowdown. Oh, we switch to the helicam here. Bit of a gap forming, but not at the front. Armiento is right in behind Schwartz. Let's switch to them. Thinks of moving to Parabolica, but thinks better of it. Tucks back in and will get the slipstream down the main straight. Very smart driving from Armiento there. You do not want to overtake into Parabolica, because then you are the leader and then you will be dragging everyone else along behind you. But it looks like that McLaren does have a bit of power in it. I'd have expected the Chevrolet to get a bit closer. He is getting a bit closer in the braking zones. Is he thinking about it? Oh, he's pulling alongside now. Oh, just not quite enough room to make the move stick. As they head out into Curva Grande now, it's side by side for 3rd position here. Pedro Valencia has lost that spot to Martin Zemmler. Sean Foster is getting a slowdown penalty now. He must be abusing track limits as well. Very strict track limits here at Monza for, well, obvious reasons, because if you can gain any advantage heading onto the straight, well, you're going to take it. It's going to carry all the way down the straight. Oh, Tom Schwartz with the slowdown as well. Our leader has been asked to give up some time. Currently has 7/10 on Armiento. Make that 5/10 now. So Armiento gets a bit wiggly over the curbs there. Down the back straight. Would you look at keep an eye on Philip Houdelet? Started at the back of the grid. It's currently up into 4th position. Last the first challenge for Houdelet there, the German driving the Chevrolet. For Yaka Racing. Coming down the back straight now towards Parabolica. Not too much field spread here. I would have expected a little bit more based on the qualifying times. Oh, there's a move there in the background. Sean Foster is having to defend from Zemmler. Unfortunately, can't defend too efficiently because now the position is no longer his. He's back down to 6th position. Zemmler, eyes on the prize, moving forward. Speaking of which, Armiento is tucked in nicely behind Tom Schwartz here. Callaway Competition Corvette. Schwartz defending. Oh, massive braking zone there for Armiento. Massive braking zone. Almost going full Danny Rick there, sending it into the back of him. A la Max Verstappen Baku. Let's not have a repeat of that again today, boys, shall we? So nice clean racing is what we want, and that is what we've had so far. With nearly 1/3 distance completed already. He's thinking about it again, Armiento into the second chicane. Schwartz is having to defend. Take a much tighter line, which is going to compromise his exit. Armiento is very good on the brakes. That McLaren just cannot quite pull it up the same. Is he going to be able to hold on though? That is the question. 10 minutes and 20 seconds remaining here at Monza. As they head out of Lesmo 2. Down the straight towards Ascari. Valencia still in 3rd. Houdelet still in 4th. Houdelet falling back a little bit from that final podium position now, unfortunately. That last the first challenge looking a little bit more difficult than he would have originally expected. Through Ascari. You have to compromise a little bit of speed on the apex there in the middle of the chicane just to get that run heading out. Looks like Houdelet may be getting a track limits warning in the background there. Very, very wide coming out of Ascari. And Schwartz in the Parabolica. Armiento just biding his time. Waiting for the move. Very big in the rear mirror there of Schwartz. I wouldn't be surprised to see a little cheeky overtake here. He's been very good on the brakes so far, and he has the run down the main straight. He's pulled out on the inside, heading towards the first chicane. Antonio Armiento taking the lead in the Callaway. He pulls it up nicely, doesn't outbrake himself. Excellent, excellent maneuver. Textbook, clinical. Although Schwartz is now tucked in nicely behind him. He's going to use that slipstream in the McLaren. He's going to use all of that speed. Is he going to go for some instant retaliation? Going to try and get that position back? No, not at the moment. It doesn't look like. Keeps it tucked in behind him in the second chicane. What an epic battle this is so far. Oh, Schwartz has gone wide at the second chicane. I take that back. Schwartz has dropped down to 3rd. Valencia in the Bentley makes that move. The Spaniard up into 2nd position, although... Oh, there's a bit of contact. Valencia on the inside, Schwartz on the outside. Schwartz tries to make the move and gets pushed onto the grass there. Oh, it's on. The headlights are flashing. Schwartz is not happy about that. As we ride on board with Houdelet in 4th position. He is now very, very much in the mix. And what this has allowed to happen is Armiento to pull away in the lead. He's now got a 2.1 second gap, which is rather comfortable with only 8 minutes remaining in the race. Looking a little bit further down the field, we have some decent battles, but nothing too feisty. All the gaps are quite spread out. You've got 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds. This is definitely the fight you want to be watching on track right now. You've got Valencia from Spain versus the 2 Germans, Schwartz and Houdelet. Schwartz down from the lead to 3rd position in the space of 1 lap. He is not going to be too happy about that. Valencia has a 0.2 of a second gap to Schwartz at the moment. Is he going to pull out in the braking zone? Nope. Just biding his time ever so gently. Waiting for the move. Now Bentley is going to pull down the straights, that's for sure. And he has actually closed the gap to Armiento in the lead by about 0.4 of a second throughout the second half of that lap. Jorg Bonnick with a slowdown penalty. Track limits abuse. Currently in 7th position, but he has a 3-second gap to Abraham behind him. He's got a little bit of a buffer there. Tell you who doesn't have a buffer is Pedro Valencia in that Bentley. Schwartz is all over the back of him now. And Houdelet is waiting in behind just to pick up those pieces. Valencia very tight off the first Lesmo there. That's going to compromise his run into the second Lesmo. You can see that Schwartz is right behind him. Let's have a look on the chopper cam here. Those trees getting in the way. Let's not have a look on the chopper cam. Let's switch back to static and have a look. Valencia's still in second. Schwartz is not confident enough to make the maneuver just yet. Although he is running out of time ever so slightly. Schwartz is off! Schwartz is off into the gravel on the exit of Ascari. Oh, Schwartz from the lead down to 5th position. He's probably going to have damage from that as well. He's got Sean Foster right in behind him there. Sean Foster making the move in the Nissan, putting the squeeze on into the Parabolica. Is Schwartz going to hang it around the outside? Oh, I don't think he can. Foster's got the run and gets the move done. Schwartz is going to be angry now, that is for sure. Demoted from 1st to 3rd and 3rd to 5th, although that was pretty much, it looked pretty slam dunk. Got a bit of a wobble on the exit and then threw it into the gravel. Oh, last minute dive from Schwartz here. Foster turns in, gets the apex into turn 2 and holds the position, but no! Foster's in the gravel. Oh, that looked a bit sketchy there. Is Foster going again? Yep, Foster's up and running again. Jorg is right behind him though, closing in the 3rd of the Chevrolets in today's race. And that's kind of spread the field out a little bit now, actually. Armiento, still your leader on lap 6 here with 5 minutes remaining. Pedro Valencia 1.3 seconds behind with Houdelet, another 1.3 seconds behind him as well. We've got an Italian, a Spaniard, and a German filling out the podium. Exciting stuff here at Monza. It may be a small field here on the RaceRoom Ranked server, but hey, they're making up for it in terms of action. And I tell you what, I don't think this race is over just yet. Sarmiento, the gap is now down to 1.5. And Houdelet is closing up as well. They're so tantalizingly close to each other in terms of slipstream. You can see that Valencia is falling in line, trying to get every little ounce of top speed he can. Armiento into the Parabolica for the 6th time. That gap hovering around about 1.5 seconds, although Houdelet is getting pretty close towards Valencia now. Houdelet in the 2nd of the Chevrolets. 3 Chevrolets in today's race. You've got 1 in 1st position, 2nd's in 3rd, and the 3rd car is in 8th. So pretty mixed bag for the Chevrolet team today. Pulls it up nicely into turn 1 there, Armiento. Gap to Valencia is now 1.3 seconds. Edging ever closer. Although saying that, Martin Zemmler is looking to get stuck into the fight as well. Let's have a look at Martin. Currently in 4th position, the closest fight on track right now. 1 second behind Houdelet. And the rather fetching Castrol BMW. Sticky would approve, that's for sure. Probably going to have this lap, 1 more lap I would say, maybe 2. It depends on when Armiento crosses the line, whether the clock hits 0 or not, whether we get 2 more laps or just 1 more lap. It's going to be pretty tight. Oh, Houdelet's in the gravel! Houdelet's in the gravel! And he's dropped a spot. Houdelet down to 4th, Zemmler up to 3rd. Lots of mistakes here today. Now let's look a little bit further back down the field. It looks like Peter Abram was getting pretty close to Jorg Bonnick then, but unfortunately that fight has petered out ever so slightly. Must have gone wide into the gravel as well. Hoodeley had to slow down for track limits. Oh, his day is going from bad to worse. From last up to the podium, now back down to 4th and dropping time again. Those gaps are getting a little bit strung out. Looks like Hoodeley has got another slowdown. Well, when it rains, it pours. Armiento now starting lap 8 of the race, and I would say we would get 2 more laps including this one. But there are now 2 minutes remaining in the race, and it takes about, well, 1 minute 48 to get around. We're definitely going to have 2 more laps, that is for sure. Let's have a look at the times so far. Antonio Armiento, currently leading the race, has a best lap of a 1:48.5. Closest in behind him is a Pedro Valencia with a 1:48.6. It's pretty close in terms of times though. Only 1/10 of a second in it. And Hoodeley, my apologies, Tom Swartz with a 1:48.7. Hoodeley's best lap is a 1:49 flat. And that's the same for Zemmler with a 1:49 flat as well. Can Pedro Valencia do anything about Armiento's lead? He's currently 2 seconds back. One would say not. But then again, the pressure could get to Armiento on the final lap. You never know. Mistakes do happen. Mistakes often happen. Although the caliber of drivers in this server does appear to be rather good today. 1:48.5 is not a slow lap time. Not a slow lap time at all. Let's have a look at Pedro Valencia coming around the Parabolica for the penultimate time, 1.7 seconds back. Make that 1.9. Armiento got quite a good run out the final corner there. Now up to 2 seconds. That's Chevrolet pulling the Bentley on the straight, although the Bentley does kind of come into its element in the second half of the straight here. 1.9 seconds the gap now. Yep, he's definitely closing up in the second half of the straight. They pull it up nicely. No mistake from Armiento, no mistake from Valencia, status quo. Martin Zemmler and the BMW, another 2 seconds behind as well. It looks like Armiento probably has this one covered, barring some kind of mistake, some kind of error from the Italian to claim a home win, actually, the Italian. Shame he's not driving the P4/5 Competizione. Oh, Pedro Valencia with the slowdown. Pedro Valencia abusing track limits at turns 4 and 5, I believe. The second chicane. Yep. He's got to slow down. Is that going to put him within reach of Martin Zemmler in third? It's definitely getting closer. The gap to the car behind is 1.8 seconds. I don't think it's going to be enough. As the clock hits 0. Armiento with a 2.5 second lead. Once he got ahead of Schwartz, it's kind of in plain sailing really, and Schwartz is actually... Schwartz has stopped! What's going on with Schwartz? What? He's just parked the car at... I don't quite understand that really. Stationary car. He's out of the race. Has he run out of fuel? Who knows? But what I do know is Armiento comes out of the final corner and is going to take the win here at Monza today. Fantastic result. The Italian on Italian soil, flashing the headlights, and rightly deserved. Congratulations, mate. You won it. By over 2 seconds. Pulls up at the end of the first chicane. Congratulations to Pedro Valencia, despite his slowdown on the final lap. Holds on to second place with Martin Zemmler bringing it home in third position. Hoodeley hanging on to fourth. Sean Foster, a very respectable fifth in the Nissan. Jörg Bonig, sixth in the third Chevrolet. Abram in the Porsche in seventh, with Stefan Kvitsgaard in eighth, coming around the final corner now. The Sol Competizione P4/5. Worthy effort, mate. Bringing it home in eighth. And Tom Schwartz is still parked out on track. I'm not quite sure what's going on with Tom there. And congratulations again to Armiento, doing donuts in the runoff area in the first chicane there. He's going to give the barrier a little clunk for good measure. There we go. Race is over. It's a virtual car. It's a virtual mechanic. It's all virtual damage anyway. Paid for in virtual man hours. Chevrolet team are not going to be virtually happy about that. And as we get confirmation of the results there, Armiento with the win from Valencia, 2.6 seconds back. Zemler taking out the third podium spot from Houdelet, Foster, Bonnick, Abram, Kvitsgaard and Schwartz. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the race here at Monza, and I'm sure we'll see plenty more of it again in the future. So there we have it, random server racing. Wasn't the biggest grid. Some good battles up front though, some drama with Schwartz as well. Oh, he's going to be kicking himself after that. But yeah, that was fun. There's definitely some potential maybe in doing these kind of videos. But you're the ones who get to decide on whether there is actually potential in doing these kind of videos or not. If you enjoyed it, please leave the video a like and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you want to see some more of this? Would you like to see a co-commentator? Would you like to see busier races with more grids and more action, I guess? I don't know. It's kind of hard because you're just at the mercy of whoever's on at the time. And me being based here in Brisbane, Australia, kind of makes it a little bit difficult because the whole time difference thing. It's 11:15 PM for me, it's 2:15 PM for all the Euros. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I certainly did, and I will be doing that again. Until then, you look after yourselves, and I'll see you all again real soon. Bye bye.